السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Good evening and welcome to the pre-match press conference. With us, Coach Malul Nabil and Captain Kazri Wabi. We'll start the press conference shortly. Please identify yourself, the name and organization, and kindly use the microphone to ask your respective questions. Can we have the first question, please?
Bonjour.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Malul. From Lisbeth in Belgium, a question. Do you agree with us? Pressure is now on Tunisia, who must win the match tomorrow. Whereas before we thought that Belgium maybe had the pressure on themselves.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, it is true. The Tunisian squad can feel the pressure now following its loss in its opening game. And obviously the Belgian team is a team to be reckoned with. We have to win tomorrow, and we have no other choice. We will do our best to level with the Belgian team. As I said before, when we drew in this group, we knew very well that the Belgian team was a very strong team. But we are ready, and hopefully, God willing, we will be able to avoid the mistakes we made in our opening game against England. I want to thank my players. I think that their performance was outstanding. Perhaps we will have a different style when facing the Belgian squad, but hopefully we will have the required level of performance. Good afternoon, Captain. No doubt that tomorrow is a decisive game against Belgium, or the Belgian squad. You said that the Belgian squad is a different squad, and you have to make a few tweaks in terms of tactics. Yes, perhaps we need to have more offensive tactics. There are very strong midfielders in the England squad, and with regard to the Belgian squad, there are strong forwards and attackers. You have Lukaku and Eden Hazard. They are playmakers, and they can finish, they can deliver, and at the same time, they can play in midfield. So we have to change our style. I think that the midfielders of the Belgian team are also very strong, be it Meunier or Carrasco, but also De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne can be considered another playmaker. So it will be a very difficult game. The Belgian team, as I said before, is a team to be reckoned with, but our team too is capable of playing against the Belgian team, of unlocking their defense lines, and what we want to do is to be able to get to the back line of the Belgian team, and to do that swiftly and quickly.
Photographers? Thank you so much. Thank you for your cooperation. We'll take the next question, please.
Good afternoon. In your opinion, what will be a realistic goal for you tomorrow? Do you want to win or do you want to draw? Do you want to show a good performance and be eliminated from the World Cup? What will be a realistic expectation for tomorrow? I think that if you want to compare with the Moroccan team, I think that the Moroccan team did not go into the game wanting to lose it. We know that the Moroccan team, with its coach, Hervé Renard, is very strong in the counter-attack, and this is something that we witnessed during the qualifiers. However, I think that the Moroccan team, in spite of its good performance, lost the game. I don't think that any squad goes into any game wanting to lose or knowing that it will lose. When we played against England, and my attacker Wahbi Kharzi is next to me and he can agree with me, we went into the game wanting to win and not just to draw. But there are circumstances that are beyond our control. We did threaten the England squad. However, the English players are very, very quick, especially Sterling, and this forced us to sit in deep. We could not play a high defensive line. Tomorrow's team is different. The Belgian squad is different. We will try to attack. We will try to be more offensive. And what matters is that we go into the back line, we threaten their defensive lines, and we score. We finish. The Belgian squad, in its pre-match press conference, spoke about the Tunisian squad. It described it as a threatening squad and said that tomorrow's game will be a difficult game. What will be your formation for tomorrow? We will adopt the same formation, 4-3-3. Sometimes there are misunderstandings and there is confusion. You cannot say that a formation is a defensive formation per se or an offensive formation per se. I think that players can swap positions, and this depending on the evolution of the game. We wanted to surprise the English squad, and during the first 5 minutes we did put pressure. We did threaten them, but unfortunately the English squad has very fit players and they imposed their style on us. But as a coach, I tried to change tactics between the two halves, and this saved many goals, because in the first 20 minutes it was very difficult. There were very dangerous attempts on our goal, and thanks to our goalkeeper Moaz, we were able to save many goals, and then he was injured. And obviously it was the opening game. Our squad is made up of players who have never played in the World Cup before, for most of them, and perhaps this sense of fear will be absent tomorrow, and we will be able to deliver.
Je voulais savoir si vous, en Belgique, on se dit que la défense est le gros point faible de notre équipe. Est-ce que vous avez même ce même sentiment?
In Belgium, it is said that defense is the weak point of our team. Do you share this feeling, and do you know how you're going to exploit this perceived weakness?
Can I answer in Arabic? I do not agree with you. I have a different impression. There are those who think that Barcelona is weak in terms of defense. I don't think that this is true. When you can have strong midfielders, when you can reach the halfway line, then you have strong defense. But when we speak about defense lines, I think that all of the players should take part in defense. There are many heavyweights in this World Cup who surprised surprised us because of their defense lines. They are losing games, and one of them is the Argentinian squad. I don't think that you can play a World Cup game when you have 3 or 4 players who are not defending. I think that the Belgian squad has very skilled defenders. If you see where the players play in clubs and leagues, I don't think that you can say that the Belgian team has weak defense.
Do you think that the style of play of Belgium will let Tunisia attack more than the English team? Hello. Well, I'm not sure. I know that Belgium has a lot of talents among the players, and we have been under a lot of pressure to develop our own play. Some people say that it was our fault, but you also have to see what's going on. The opponents played superbly, especially in the 20 minutes that the coach mentioned, so it's going to be very difficult. It's a favorite team in the World Cup for tomorrow, and we also have great assets. And we have a different football, and we're going to show a different face, and we're going to show what the Tunisian national team can do, and that is what we have been demonstrating since we have had our coach. I have a question for Wabi. This is a young team. It is the return of Tunisia in the World Cup. There was a challenge in the first match. Has the pressure gone down a little bit? Are you going to be less stressed arriving into this game? I don't know if there was a lot of stress or not. I'm going to repeat myself. I think that the English team did put a lot of pressure, didn't help us. There was a lot of intensity, and we were in a difficult situation. If there was pressure, I hope that is being sidelined now, because the second match is extremely important and we must play without any pressure. We have nothing to lose. We are facing one of the favorite teams of the World Cup. We want to show the good face of Tunisia. We want to get 3 points. It's going to be difficult. We are well aware of it, but we are able to beat Belgium and get 3 points. I hope we're going to be able to show that tomorrow on the pitch. What gives you confidence before this match, and what will you have to change to do better against Belgium? Well, since our coach has arrived and since we are 14th on the World Classification, we've had matches against Portugal and Spain that are great football nations, and we don't want to throw everything away. Of course, against England, offensively, we didn't create a lot of dangers, and since I have been in this team, we haven't really done that before. But we're not going to throw everything away, and don't count on me to do that. We do have great qualities. We have a good team, a nice team, a team that gets on well. We are gelling very well, and we're going to show that tomorrow, because it's a very difficult match, and after 90-95 minutes, we're going to have to give everything and exit the match without any regrets.
Good evening. I come from Georgia. My question goes to the head coach. You mentioned that tomorrow you have to win, but this is a very bold statement.
Can you repeat the question again?
You mentioned that tomorrow you have to win. This is a very bold statement, especially when you play a team like Belgium. What do you think will enable Tunisia to win tomorrow? Which strong suits do you have in your team? Well, you have shown against England how well you can play and how much you can sacrifice, but this is not enough to win the match.
شفنا من بداية كأس العالم إلى أحد الآن ما ثماش مباريات سهلة.
Since the beginning of this World Cup, there has been no easy matches. There are about 9 or 10 matches so far, and I was watching the game between Brazil and Costa Rica, and in spite of the disparity in performance between the two teams, the 2 goals were scored in or towards the end of the game. So all the games, all the matches are difficult. Our last game against the England team, I think that we played on equal footing. We were a threat to a high-caliber team. You are right, the Belgian team is a very strong team. It is a team to be feared. However, the Tunisian team has weapons that I will not disclose, but we have attacking skills, and we will prove them tomorrow.
Can you repeat the question again? Just hold on, yeah? Can you speak into the mic? Yes. To change the microphone? Yeah.
Can you hear me now okay?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, with the results that we've seen for Egypt, for Morocco, for Saudi Arabia, all losing their first 2 games in this World Cup, do you feel that people in other Arab countries are now looking towards Tunisia for a bit of hope in this tournament? And do you feel maybe a little extra pressure to be the first Arab team to get a win here?
طبعا بدون ادنى شك الانظار الكل باش تكون منصبه ومتجهه نحو المنتخب التونسي لو المنتخب العربي الوحيد.
The eyes of the world are turned toward Tunisia. I mean the Arab world, and their hopes are pinned on the Tunisian team or the Tunisian squad. Obviously, we feel more pressure. We feel a sense of responsibility. We cannot lose tomorrow. We cannot disappoint tomorrow, and we have to be a different Arab squad. We have to deliver, we have to do our best, and in spite of the many difficulties that we will be facing, there are other teams in this World Cup that were able to compete, that were able to win, and we have to remain focused throughout the game. We should not drop the ball, in a manner of speaking, and I do hope that tomorrow's result will be positive for the Tunisian team in spite of the pressure.
Hervé Penaud de l'équipe. Wabi, c'est une question pour savoir déjà physiquement comment tu te sens.
Physically, how do you feel? Because you were not able to play in the preparatory matches. You said that you didn't create many opportunities forward. Is it going to be a physical challenge? Will you feel better physically during the second match compared to the first match? Well, yes, of course. It has been months since I last touched a ball in competition. And this offensive game against England was difficult for me. I'm only going to talk about myself because I'm not going to talk about the others, and the question was for me. So it was great for me to be able to play for 80 minutes, well, 84 minutes if you want to be precise. I was able to give a lot of effort, and this second match is going to be good. It's good to be back in competition, to be back in training, and I wasn't at 100% of my fitness, and I wasn't part of the team as I wished to be. There was a lot of questions that I asked of myself, and we didn't manage to push the ball out as much as we wanted against England, and I'll have to do that. I'll have to demonstrate that tomorrow myself, and I'll have to have a great performance and a great match to help my team.
We have come to the end of the press conference. Thank you very much.